Alright, rainy day today. When I was working on it yesterday, I was just kind of finishing up for the day, you know, putting my tools on the rack here. And guess what happened to that top window? You can't tell by the shards of glass on the floor here. Somehow, I broke that window. The best guess I have was when I was welding the plate on the roof, and a piece of hot slag must have fell down there and just busted it up. It's pretty disappointing yesterday, but I went to Muncie Glass and I got a piece of plexiglass. It only ran me about 36 bucks, so good deal. The other option was tempered, and they have a minimum charge of 97 bucks for that, so I decided to just go ahead with that. And you know, it's a horse trailer, and I mean, this stuff really does look pretty much exactly like glass. The guy was telling me the only difference is after a couple of years it'll probably fade a little bit, but you know, no big deal. So anyway, what I am working on right now is wiring. I've gotten this side done so far. Wired that light in there. Snuck the wire along this piece of frame behind that rail. Continues down. Connects that light in there. And I believe I'm gonna try and silicone that in there and then paint over that so you're not even gonna be able to tell that the wire's there. Anyway, these two wires that run down, one is going to be for that step light, which is right down there, and the second one is for the fender light. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I'm going to paint over this, and then take a, I'm not sure what it's called, but the, you know, like the black protective plastic tubing. We'll just run over that and, you know, screw it to the side rail here, and I think that's going to be the best look I'm gonna get without drilling and snaking wires through the frame, which I don't really feel like doing. Anyway, wire continues to run up back behind this top rail here, and snuck the front identification bar wire up through there, and yep, that's where I'm at. So next, I didn't run the wires for the dome lights yet. So what I need to do, I think what I'm going to do first, as long as it's not raining too bad, I need to install the rear identification bar. I also need to kind of mark out where I want to put the dome lights, and then I'm going to need to run two wires, I guess down along this side, and see if I can snake that through. So yeah, left side is done. I got this wire pretty well in the crack here, and basically how I did that, I took a chisel and jammed it in between the welds, and then took a flathead screwdriver and gently kind of pushed it down in there. I mean, it's not really in the it's not really down in there far, but it's enough to where you can cock it and kind of hide the wires. I've also marked out where the lights are going to go, and I pre-drilled those holes. Lens is a little dirty. So what I figured I'm going to do down here is the wire is going to come up along that edge there. There's going to be two. One's going to go up to the ID bar, and then one's going to run down the left rail, and one's going to run down the right rail. And that's going to be in that plastic wire protective coating. One's going to go to the left, right. One wire is going to go to the left light, and one is going to go to the right. As for down here, I didn't mark out completely where the other lights are going to go. I just kind of put the center there. I think I'm just going to butt them against that bar there. And this is the last thing that I've been working on. is routing this wire. It didn't really stick too well to that curve. So what I ended up doing was I drilled a hole in right there. And then I drilled a slightly larger hole right there. And I took a pair of surgical pliers, I guess you call them. And I clamped onto that wire and I pulled it out, and then it's going to go through that second hole right there and continue on down. And I'm planning right in the center there, that's where I'm going to have a junction box. And I'm debating whether to put 2 or 3 switches. Now if I put 3 switches, one would control the 2 lights that go in the front of the trailer. A second one would control the 2 lights in the rear of the trailer. And the third one would control the step lights. You know, just so you have an option on what you want to keep on. I was originally thinking about just hardwiring the step lights into the clearance lights. However, they are green. You know, I wanted to do something different. And you never know how the cops are going to react to that kind of stuff, even though they look kind of cool. It's probably illegal, but, you know. Alright, day 8. I got the trailer turned around the other day. It's officially facing in the opposite direction. Anyway, so far what I've done this morning, I've jacked up the rear end, placed a jack stand in front of the tandem, and I've removed one tire so far. I wanted to give you a peek. It's rusty. Not really a better way to describe it. Ugly. Yeah, so I'm going to take that second tire off and we'll continue over there. Today I believe we're going to initiate painting. Now here's the spare that I was told was given with the trailer. And this spare is smaller than the other tires. How I know that is that tire was originally flat. So what I did, I took that spare and I placed it where that tire was, and you could really see the equalizer was really, you know, tipping, meaning that this tire was smaller. So I went ahead and I put some air back into that tire and it appears to be holding, but another thing I noticed about these tires is they're passenger car tires. Now I'm not sure, I know you're supposed to have trailer tires. I'm not sure how much of a difference that's really going to make, but these tires really should be replaced very shortly. I don't know if I'd trust horses in the trailer with it. I would not. You know, I'm just going to pass that information on. Yeah, but other than the tires, I think they have a second trailer. We might just switch out those tires on this one. Make this one the duty trailer. So yeah, other than that, I've been working on this morning. Basically there's a rod that comes out of the wall of the trailer, and this is where you mount your spare. However, no mounting hardware or anything was included. So basically what I made so far is a washer plate or retaining plate, which is gonna kind of clamp the tire against the wall. And now originally I was just gonna put a bolt on it, but you know, I figured, well, worst comes to worst, what if you're in the middle of nowhere and you don't have something to take that bolt off? Well, hope to God you would have a tire iron or something with you. But anyway, just to make it a little bit easier, I took a washer and I welded on some wing nuts. Or wings. Basically making it a wing nut. So that'll just screw on there and you can tighten that by hand and be good to go whenever you need to take it off. Don't need a wrench or anything. Which I thought made a lot of sense. So yeah, we'll continue taking this off and hopefully get to some painting today. Alright, let's take off this hub, see what we got. Nice and rusty. Inside really isn't too bad, but I just got new ones anyway. To repeat what I did on the other side, and basically what I did, I started off by removing these springs carefully. Loosens that up. Alright, let's get the plasma cutter. Yeah, probably not the best idea to get grease all over your gloves. Let's see. Now these springs are in the way. Alright, now we've accessed this sector.